What's up, comrades? Nightwolf here, and welcome to another video. Today, I guess we're kind of going to start another little subgenre here on the channel, or archived videos where you guys can see all of these. And today we're going to be doing a little bit more tokusatsu stuff. I know you guys, some of you guys probably saw the stream I had with Chris. Me and him had a good time talking about tokusatsu a couple weeks ago. And today, I actually managed, or a few days ago, I managed to watch the first 3 episodes of the new Super Sentai season, and I thought that I'd give my first impressions on it and tell you if you should maybe find a way to check this out or not. I'm not going to reveal details on how to watch it because most of them are not exactly reputable, but I mean, a lot of people don't really have a lot of options considering that Toei has a stranglehold on the entire industry and we're all gonna die. They're not gonna let us have Kamen Rider. Anyway, my slight ranting aside, let's kind of discuss the season. The Sentai season's name is Lupinranger versus Patoranger. I'm not going to do the whole name because I am guaranteed to completely butcher it, so I'm not going to do that. But I would say that I actually really enjoyed the first 3 episodes. I found them very action-packed, very fun, very energetic, and overall, just a really good time. There you go. There's my review. There's my discussion. There's my review. Boom. Woo! We're done. We're good. We don't need to do nothing else. We're all good. Go watch it. Bye. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm joking. You don't. Please don't leave. I'm just joking. We're gonna go a little bit more in depth than that. Obviously, we're gonna discuss some things that I really enjoyed. Anything that I may not like. Actually, I can't really find anything that I didn't particularly like. Oh, there is one thing. The one thing, so before I get into what I disliked, let's kind of discuss kind of the plot, what this Sentai season is about. This particular season is basically 2 different ranger teams fighting against each other and the big bad monsters that they have to face in this season. You have the lupinrangers, who are a group of 3 thieves. They're very talented young thieves. And the other 3 who are police officers for special forces. I'm going to get into character development later, or what I think of the characters individually. But let's kind of go over it. So basically the main objective for the lupinrangers in particular is they have to find the treasures of Lupin. Or I don't remember the first name. I think it's the person's name is Arvis Lupin or something to that nature. I don't remember what. But that's their objective is to find the treasures that the monsters have stolen, known as ganglers. And the reason why the team has done it is because they've lost family members and important loved ones to a mysterious monster, and the only way that they're going to get them back is if they collect all the pieces of the treasures of the collection and bring it back to its rightful owner. And if they do, they said that they are granted any potential wish, even bringing back the dead. So that's their motivation. As for the Patoranger side of things, they really don't seem to have very much motivation right now, aside from just being honor-bound, duty-bound, police officers and wanting to do the right thing and, bring in those dangerous criminals and whatnot. Aside from that, there really doesn't seem to be very much depth going on there right now. I certainly hope that that will change in the future, and that's kind of one of the first things about the season that kind of I'm a little disappointed with. Now, mind you, this is the first 3 seasons, or not 3 seasons, first 3 episodes. I can't talk right now, apparently. But these are the first 3 episodes. There's plenty of time to develop them, and I'm sure that they'll get plenty of development and growth. But the Patorangers for the first 3 episodes are just kind of there. You get the thought that, the Red Ranger is a bit of a hard ass with a stick up his butt, to say the least. The Green Ranger, he kind of seems a bit more loungy, more lazy. He screws up, at least in episode, I believe it was 2 or 3, I don't remember which episode. I think it may have been 3, where he kind of screws up a bit, or it was 2. It was 3. Never mind. I I've got my episodes a bit mixed up, but yeah, in episode 3, he kind of screws up and nearly loses his morpher. He seems like a good kid, good-hearted person. He means well, and he thinks that, so long as even the Lupin Rangers take care of the monsters, isn't that a good thing? But of course, the Red Ranger doesn't think so, because they're both organizations are criminals, and they're bad. So he seems to be a bit more on the optimistic side, looking forward. Pink Ranger on their side, aside from being very nice, she doesn't seem to have any character qualities whatsoever currently. And that's really a darn shame, and I kind of forgot to mention their names, didn't I? I did. I'm sorry. Let's go over them just for the sake of, memory. So, patoranger 1, who is red, is Asuka. Patoranger 2, who is green, is Sakuya Hayakawa. And Patoranger 3, who is pink, is Tasuka Myojin. And Patoranger actually has his first name is Kichiro, I think is how you pronounce it. I apologize if I butcher these names, because I'm probably going to do that. But I would say the Patorangers are pretty disappointing, to say the least. I'm hoping that by episode 4, there will be more character development and growth. I certainly hope so, because I'd like to like both teams. But, I mean, when the Lupin Rangers make their first appearance in the show, because they get to have a lot of the limelight and spotlight, holy crap, that is a great, first, 10 minutes to an episode. It was, pure gold. I loved every moment of it. I loved the music, nice and jazzy, very, thief and noir kind of. Loved that. It really felt like the mood of the season. Really hyped, very interesting. And they were far more, they're far more energetic, far more likable than the Patorangers currently. Let's talk about the Lupin Rangers real quick. The Lupin Red is Kiria Yano. Lupin Blue is Toma Yamochi. Lupin Yellow is Umeki Hayami. All of these are really good characters. Toma seems to be very serious, very focused on getting the job done. He seems to really want to... He seems more of the actual thief, not an honorable thief, more like just let's get this done and over with kind of character. I really liked that. And his motivation for doing so, which I will not spoil, is a very strong reason why he would want to get this done. Of course, all the Lupin Rangers have very strong motivations and reasons for doing so. Kirai seems to be a bit more of the fun type of thief. Considering that they're called Lupin Rangers, he does very much remind me of Lupin III, the anime that I used to love watching as a teenager. He's very much in that same vein, cocky, funny, witty, enjoys causing mischief, but, getting work done. I really liked him. Umeki, the Yellow Ranger, she also needs a bit more development. But she seems like kind of a little bit of a goofball at times. The problem is that some of these characters haven't had their focus episodes just yet. Red has kind of had one focus for Lupin, and Blue had a focus episode. Yellow hasn't quite had one yet. I'm certainly hoping that, she does. You know what, I'm going to quickly talk about the enemies for this season. Kind of talk about their design a bit, because I kind of want to. The Ganglers are pretty decent when it comes to design. They're not too bad. I like the kind of gimmick that this season has. The fact that all the monsters that came from this dimension kind of have chests on them. And by chests, I mean, or not chests, but vaults. Like what you would see, what a criminal would need to steal from. And in order to get the treasures back, the Lupin Rangers have to, they kind of have to break that little code on the monster to steal the treasure back. That's really clever. I really like that idea. The boss of the Ganglers, I don't remember his name. He kind of feels like the prototypical mob boss. He doesn't really do very much of anything. He doesn't seem overly intimidated, though. Him saying that he's going to be passing on, his empire to whoever can take over Earth, that's a cool way to motivate your underlings to try and take over the world. I thought that was kind of neat. There isn't much to write home about any of them just yet, But I liked some of their designs, and I liked, the overarching plan of how they're going to... They haven't really said how they're going to take over the world, but I liked that the boss basically leaves it to their own devices and let them try and figure that out. I like that. I thought it was pretty cool. I will say that one of the more important things for me for Power Ranger seasons is design. I always really like good designs for Ranger uniforms. That's one of the things that kind of draws me in. It's not the most important thing, because I think character and story is far more important, but I do really like it if you can really create a really nice looking design that makes me go, that's a cool look. I like that look. I would buy that toy. Because if you can't get me to want to buy the toys on top of watching the show, you're doing it wrong. And I love the lupinranger designs. I really do. I love the capes. I love that their helmets are basically like top hats, kind of like a thief would, kind of some of those traditional thieves would wear. I really like that. It's really cool. I also like they have a little insignia on their uniforms. It's a nice, simple design. It's not overly complicated, but it looks good. And you can see a little bit of deviation in each look. Patorangers, I like their designs too. Their helmets are very akin to police hats. That's a pretty cool idea. I liked that. Not a huge fan of the big shoulder pads. I don't really know why they have the shoulder pads on, but it kind of works. The gimmicks for this season, things like the lockpick and, each of them having this thing that's called, I forgot what the creature is called. Basically, it's a thing that helps, create the Zords or the Megazord and whatnot. I don't really know what it's a sentient being. It's very weird, but it gives the Ranger teams different powers. Like if Lupin Red uses it, he splits into 3 different people, having duplicates of himself. If the Patorangers use it, they tend to fuse together for some reason. It's a little weird, but as a gimmick, it works out just fine, and turns out to make some very funny moments that actually got a giggle out of me. The Megazord's design overall for this season, I like them a lot more than I've liked in last few seasons that I've seen. I like that design. I think it looks really... The designs of each team look very good. The lupinrangers having aircrafts and the patorangers having cars. It works out really well. They look good, and when it's a Megazord, I really like it. It looks cool. But overall, I really enjoyed the first 3 episodes. I hope to watch more. I think once the season wraps up and finishes, I hope to probably review the whole thing. At least that's my plan to, or at least give my final impressions of whether or not I think it was really good. Definitely, it's better than what we've been getting with Power Rangers. But with that said, guys, I think I'll leave this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, as always, do not forget to leave me a like, shoot me a comment, subscribe if you're new here. I'd greatly appreciate it. Tell me if you guys want me to talk more about tokusatsu in the future. I'd greatly appreciate doing that because I have a lot of fun doing it. I really do. But, hit notifications. If you want to support the channel, there is a link down below to support the channel. Please feel free to do that. And as always, do not forget to raise your nerd flags high, and I will see you next time. Now, Wolf is out.